So it's been 10 days since I last published any content on YouTube, and I'll be honest, a big part of me thinks that it would be better that I let 10 turn into 11 and then 12 and then 20 and then eventually 50. And essentially, I realized that this is just quitting disguised as a break, all based off of this idea that my last video, my last content, only got 84 views and 18 likes, that I didn't get enough dopamine, the pleasure hormone provided to my brain to think that I should continue writing, that I should continue doing what I'm doing. And there I suddenly stop and I think, what's happening? I'm letting the society and the way that things function, that popularity is based off the number of likes we get, affect me. That I'm letting the world tell me I'm not a writer because it doesn't want to read my book. But I heard a speaker once, and he spoke so clearly on this, that if I don't write because the world doesn't want to read, well then, am I really a writer? You see, I start to think maybe I should just shut up. Maybe I should just quiet down. I should stop attempts to prepare kids for life and continue to prepare them for college math. Maybe I should stop looking for the words that'll pierce the heart so hard that my students and the people I meet will feel them 10 years from now. I should stop looking for the ink to fill the veins with grit. The tone to imprint the words that I'll never quit and I'll never stop on your tongue. And I should stop looking for the current to give you that will make sure you'll never run out of battery. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe nothing I say is inspirational. Nothing I do is so special. You see, if I was special, I'd be standing here and telling you the story about how 3 days after I posted my last video, I'd developed some method that I could use to ensure that every student would love the lesson that I was teaching on that Monday. And then we talk about reality, and I realized that 40 minutes into that same lesson, I'd put a lot of thought into that some students weren't really reciprocating the passion that I had for math, the passion that I had for that lesson, the passion that I felt I could deliver. So I stop and I think maybe I can just find something to say so that when they leave, maybe they didn't pick up too much on the lesson, but they picked up on my words, that I was going to deliver words in a certain order they never heard before, walk out of that classroom and just feel empowered and lifted. And when I started to look for those words and speak them, well, it really didn't go the way I had it planned in my head. You see, I imagined everybody would listen, but 7 or 8 heads down, well, that just created this panic. So I stopped and I thought, well, there's a video I can show them for the last 5 minutes to get them riled up and inspire them, because that's what I felt when I watched the particular video, that I felt that maybe that I couldn't deliver it, but that somebody could. So I put the video on, and some put their headphones in. Their cell phones came out. And here I stood and I watched, and all the meanwhile getting inspired by this video, I noticed not all of them were. And it struck me so hard that it hurt. So I paused the video. I walked over to the door and walked back in passionately. I said, I have a new dream. Some shocked in amazement, as if I quit my last one to be on American Ninja Warrior. I said, no, that's still my dream. But I also have one bigger. One day I'll walk into a room and I won't have to ask anybody to take their headphones out or put their cell phones away, because they'll know by the way that the man walked in that there stands a man who has the words to share. The words that will remind them that life is tough, but they're gonna be tougher. That they'll leave the room feeling like they're gonna kill it in life, not just in math. That they'll feel like they just watched an inspirational movie that reminded them that life is not about the money they make, but the difference they'll make. Except this time, they won't wake up in the morning having forgotten they watched the movie. No, the words they hear will be poisoned with them forever. But wait a second. What if I'm just meant to be a math teacher, right? That I should just stop. Stick to teaching math. That
What
I'll
if
never find the words.
I'm the one creating those thoughts?
Poisoned.
What if I'm my biggest bully? What if I'm the one who should stop picking on myself and stop tearing myself down? What if I should listen to my heart? Because maybe the world needs another story about a guy who's on his way. I'm not standing or sitting here telling you the story about a guy who already has everything, a guy who has everything to share with you, and telling you stories about the things that you should do or shouldn't do. Maybe I'm here because I'm telling the story about the failures I encounter and showing the world that it's okay to fail. What if the world needs a man who never forgets the sacrifice of everyone who's ever been a part of his life, their investment in him, and now the continued investment and how it follows onto the people who follow him? What if I'm here to tell the story about a man who never gave up on the dream to change the world, but was only able to do it by bringing people with him? Mary Angelou said it. I stand as one, but I come as 10,000. See, I've established I'm not here driving a Ferrari and showing you a house with 25 rooms, but I only have 3 children. I'm here because I want to use every opportunity that I get, from the moment I wake up to the moment I fall asleep, to encourage, to uplift. See, over the past week, I've been hesitant to go back and listen to my last video. And finally, I got the courage to do it. I got the courage to pick apart my imperfections. You see, listening to it, I realized that my guy LJ was right. That it was a lullaby. That not very many people are going to be inspired by somebody who speaks so softly and carries little passion in the things he says. Maybe that's what it was supposed to do. Maybe it was a video that I posted in search of my tone, so that I can reflect on it, be pissed off at myself for not delivering the energy that I know I have, and putting something better out there. Maybe the thought of perfection starts with being imperfect, that you're always searching for betterment, for growth. And maybe that's how it should be. Or no, maybe I should let the thought of quitting win. Maybe I should surrender. Or maybe I should just shut up and show my students that an average man or woman should never dare to dream big. I should disappoint the future of me and tell him that I'm sorry, but I couldn't do it because I didn't have enough heart, that I didn't have enough grit. See, I should tell him that it's so much fun waking up before everybody else and falling asleep after them. I love sleeping only 3 hours, especially when those 3 hours come parked outside in my car waiting for the gym to open. It's so convenient to pretend that I'm not tired when I'm using every ounce that I have to fight to stay awake. It's okay that I go to my parents and fall asleep after playing with my niece for only 20 minutes, lying on a couch to the sound of comfort, the sound of home. I'll look the future me in the eyes and say, I can't. I'm done. I'm tired. And he'll say, you're right. I'll take over from here.
I'll finish what you started. Thank you, younger me.